top stories, Deputy Prime Minister Temesgen Taruna says Ethiopia takes bold strides in cancer treatment. And Romanian Parliament member Călin Florin Groța highlights strong commitment to strengthening ties with Africa with a focus on Ethiopia. Welcome to ABC News with the news. I'm Tabitha John. Do stay with us. Ethiopian President Taye Atqassalasse extended his farewell to the ambassadors of Canada, Sweden and Saudi Arabia, whose terms have concluded. The president bids farewell to Hans-Henrik Lundqvist, the Swedish ambassador to Ethiopia, Joshua Taba, the Canadian ambassador to Ethiopia, and Dr. Fahad Al-Humaydani, the Saudi Arabian ambassador to Ethiopia. On the occasion, President Taye commended the ambassadors for strengthening bilateral relations in various sectors during their tenure. In particular, the president lauded the ambassadors for their initiatives to further strengthen trade, investment and development cooperation. The ambassadors conveyed appreciation for the positive outcomes in advancing bilateral relations across different areas of engagement during their service. Furthermore, the ambassadors acknowledged the Ethiopian government's recent initiatives aimed at accelerating development across multiple sectors and advocated for the continued strengthening of these efforts. The ambassadors reiterated their dedication to enhancing bilateral relations.
I'm very proud of what we've achieved during my time in Ethiopia as ambassador. We've strengthened what was already a good bilateral relationship, but brought it to a higher ground. We've made important commitments to Ethiopia. We'll be building a new chancery. We have an expanding footprint of diplomats in the country. We've maintained our development cooperation and humanitarian assistance and supported priority initiatives that the government has identified for us, like demobilization and reintegration of ex-combatants. We've established a new Canadian-Ethiopian Chamber of Commerce that we think will attract additional Canadian investment over the coming years. And we've worked with many different stakeholders across the country to strengthen people-to-people ties.
Our support now also to the very important key national processes like the national dialogue, the DDR process, transitional justice is key for us to support, but also key for Ethiopia. Right now, when we look at the economic reforms happening in the country, this has been very important for me to bring Swedish companies to improve the trade between Ethiopia and Sweden, focusing on important sectors that we have consensus on about the environment, new energy efficiency, and sustainability issues as well.
Ethiopia's Minister of Agriculture Girma Amanté highlighted the nation's Yelemat Tirufat, or Bounty of the Basket initiative, at a high-level meeting of the Global Alliance Against Poverty and Hunger. The meeting was held on the sidelines of the 4th International Conference on Financing for Sustainable Development, taking place in Seville, Spain from June 30 to July 3, 2025. Bounty of the Basket is a nation food security initiative in Ethiopia launched by Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed in November 2022. This program aims to enhance the production of essential agricultural products such as dairy, poultry, eggs, honey, fish and meat. The minister further emphasized that while the initiative is primarily implemented using domestic resources, seeking support through bilateral and multilateral diplomatic collaborations could significantly expand its reach and impact in combating poverty and enhancing food security. Akinwumi Adesina, president of the African Development Bank, AFDB, who was also present at the meeting, commended Ethiopia's remarkable achievements in recent years, particularly its attainment of complete self-sufficiency in wheat production. President Adesina went on to announce the AFDB's decision to provide USD 50 million in support for a poultry farming project, which is part of Ethiopia's Bounty of the Basket initiative. Executive Secretary of the UN Economic Commission for Africa, ECA, Claver Gatete, has urged a shift from rhetoric to results, calling for financial instruments that reflect Africa's development needs. Speaking at a joint side event hosted by the UN's 5 regional commissions at the 4th International Conference on Financing for Development in Seville, Spain, he said the continent is already piloting solutions, but global financing systems must adapt. Innovative financing instruments are no longer optional. They are essential, Gatete said, underscoring that the current system continues to limit Africa's access to affordable finance despite the continent's investment potential and development needs. He also underscored the importance of country platforms that align national priorities, improve coordination across ministries, and provide the transparency needed to attract long-term investment. Unlocking private finance requires more than good ideas. It requires trust, coherence, and credible institutions, Gatete noted. The African Single Electricity Market, a continental energy trading program that aims to interconnect all 55 African Union members through an efficient and affordable electricity market, is well in progress, AU officials remarked. The remarks were made at the high-level technical meeting on the African Single Electricity Market and the African Continental Power System Master Plan on Monday at the AU headquarters in Addis Ababa. Speaking at the event, Kamugisha Kazaura, Director of Infrastructure and Energy at the AU Commission, said the institutional and operational foundation has been laid for a unified African electricity market which delivers clean, reliable and affordable power to every corner of the continent. Activities are progressing well to define a common path forward to address critical technical and regulatory gaps and explore continental strategies for renewable energy deployment, trading and manufacturing, Kazaura said. Noting that more than 600 million Africans are still without access to electricity, Kazaura called for urgent and sustainable action to meet Africa's rapidly growing energy demand through the full implementation of the African Single Electricity Market. Deputy Prime Minister Temesgen Terune has affirmed that Ethiopia is taking bold strategic steps to enhance access to cancer treatment, research and radiation therapy as part of its broader commitment to strengthening the national healthcare system. Speaking at the international conference co-hosted by the Ministry of Health and the International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, themed Rays of Hope, the Deputy Prime Minister outlined Ethiopia's vision for a more responsive, inclusive and technology-driven health sector. Shagao Yamato has more from the Ethiopian news agency.
The Ministry of Health and the International Atomic Energy Agency IAEA hosted international conference themed Rays of Hope at the African Union Conference Hall in Addis Ababa on Monday in the presence of IAEA Director General Rafael Mariano Grossi, Minister of Health Maqdas Dava, diplomats, ambassadors and key stakeholders in the global health. In his keynote address, Ethiopian Deputy Prime Minister Temesgen Terune emphasized the evolving global health landscape and Ethiopia's determination to build a resilient healthcare system. The Deputy Prime Minister noted ongoing efforts to integrate advanced technologies into cancer treatment and ensure their safe use under a robust regulatory framework. He called on development partners to play an active role in shaping global health systems, urging contributions that go beyond financial assistance.
When it comes to the health and dignity of our people, standing still is not an option. Progress is not a favor. It is a duty. It is a proposal. Today, Ethiopia is rising to meet the challenge. We are expanding access to cancer care. We are scaling radiotherapy services across more regions. We are bringing life-saving technologies closer to our communities. We are strengthening our regulatory system to ensure radiation is used safely and responsibly. We are investing in nuclear science, not just to treat disease, but to catch it early, to prevent it, to change lives before lives are lost.
Minister of Health Maqdas Daba on her part stressed Ethiopia's commitment to scaling up radiotherapy services with new cancer treatment centers under construction in multiple cities. Ethiopia is updating its national cancer control plan aiming to strengthen cancer prevention, screening, treatment and palliative care while also addressing financial barriers that hinder access to services, the minister emphasized.
Since 2022, we have expanded radiotherapy beyond the capital. It was only here in the capital in Addis, but now to the 5 regional centers, 4 of which have already been functional, and the last will also be functional very soon. We have invested more than 25 million euros in cancer care infrastructure. That includes the procurement and installation of advanced equipment through the institutions. Chemotherapy services have been also decentralized, now reaching more than 13 hospitals out of Addis. And to also guide our national response, we are expanding population-based cancer registration, and we have already launched the second generation National Cancer Control Plan that is shaped by the insights from the comprehensive impact mission conducted in partnership with IAI.
IAEA Director General Rafael Mariano Grossi, for his part, described cancer as one of the leading causes of death globally, particularly in low and middle-income countries. Towards the Race of Hope initiative, he said the IAEA is working to expand access to radiotherapy and diagnostic imaging in over 20 member states that currently lack such services.
The analysis, and this brings me back to the issue of being here, being at the center of the African Union, low and middle income countries are suffering disproportionately. 70% of cancer deaths in low and middle income countries. Global cancer care spending, 5%. So, and I know this is the kind of statistic we are, of course, used to learn about when it comes to so many problems around the world. But the issue here, and this is the approach, this is where I want to believe IAEA is different.
Ethiopia is aiming to establish a comprehensive oncology center through a public-private partnership to improve childhood cancer care through early detection, specialist training and dedicated clinics, it was noted.
And finally, the highly anticipated Ethiopian festival set for August 29, 2025 has officially begun, with senior Ethiopian and Romanian officials joining forces to mark the occasion. The event, which also features renowned Ethiopian musicians, actors and comedians, highlights the deepening cultural and diplomatic relations between the two nations. Romanian Parliament member Călin Florin Groța emphasized Romania's commitment to fostering closer ties with Africa, particularly Ethiopia, in line with the country's Romania-Africa, a partnership for the future strategy, which prioritizes peace, development and education. Ethiopia's pivotal role in this partnership underscores its importance as a strategic ally in Romania's growing relations with the African continent. Tigist Sarnesa has this report.
The Ethiopian diaspora plays a vital role in promoting Ethiopia by contributing to its economic development, advocating for the country's interests and preserving its cultural heritage. They act as investors, entrepreneurs and advocates, leveraging their global experiences and networks to support Ethiopia's progress. A glimpse of Ethiopian Festival, to be held in Romania on 29 August 2025, has officially been kicked off at the presence of senior Ethiopian and Romanian government officials, along with renowned Ethiopian musicians, actors, comedians, among others. Speaking on the occasion, State Minister for Ethiopian Ministry of Tourism, Dr. Indagena Abebe, has reiterated that Ethiopia emphasizes the pragmatic cooperation with Romania in multifaceted areas.
The countries are actively seeking to enhance the cooperation across various sectors. Now we are including tourism and cultural exchange. Ethiopia also emphasizes on the pragmatic cooperation with Romania in different areas that we are starting. The reason we meet today is bridging culture to build trade. The Ethiopian Festival in Romania 2025, organized by the Ethiopian community in Romania, Bucharest. It's a milestone in cultural diplomacy and a new market destination for Ethiopian tourism and international cooperations.
Deputy in Romanian Parliament Călin Florin Groța, for his part, has stressed that Romania has a clear vision regarding closer ties with the African continent as reflected in the strategy Romania-Africa, a partnership for the future through peace, development and education. Ethiopia plays a central role in this approach, being regarded as a strategic partner within this initiative.
Romania has clear vision regarding close ties with African continent and reflect the strategy Romania-Africa, a partner of future through peace, development, education. Ethiopia plays a central role in this approach, being regarded on strategy partner with this initiative, as well in the mutual program to 2024 to 2027 for international development, cooperation and humanitarian assistance. Ethiopia is a nation with remarkable history and unique culture and vital regional role. Romania reorganizes the important contribution Ethiopia make to establish of Horn of Africa and will promote peace, security and regional integration.
Nordic Trading Managing Director Andinet Bekkele has also highlighted Ethiopian diaspora role in promoting Ethiopian heritage worldwide.
Ethiopian diasporas are playing a pivotal role everywhere in the world in terms of economies, in terms of promoting their culture, their country, and by supporting their country when anything happens. So Ethiopian diasporas have a great role by promoting their country and their culture, their tourism destinations and different things. And we are also one of this part.
Ethiopia is a destination worth visiting due to its rich history, diverse landscape, unique cultural experiences and delicious cuisine. From ancient historical sites and vibrant festivals to stunning natural wonders, Ethiopia offers a wide range of attractions for every traveler.
You're watching ABC. A quick reminder of the stories making headlines. Deputy Prime Minister Temesgen Tiruneh says Ethiopia takes bold strides in cancer treatment. And Romanian Parliament member Călin Florin Groța highlights a strong commitment to strengthening ties with Africa, particularly with Ethiopia. That's all we had for now. I'm Tabitha John. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye for now and do take care.